Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, Legit Boss, and you are watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. And, of course, available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, a little notify bell next to it. Make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications.
That's right.
Woo!
Hooray, notifications.
Yay, notifications.
They're
also
great
available.
when you get them.
Yeah. So, like, we put up NXT and AEW recaps yesterday on the YouTube. So we did the live stream, and then we took the recordings of each individual one, put those up as video on demand.
Yeah.
And then, like, I got the notification that I liked that says Steve and Larson put up new videos, and it's got both thumbnails right there. And then, you get to choose which one you want to watch first.
One, and then you can watch the other one. Yeah, it's right there. It's all
but
ready
then,
for
like,
you.
we were in Overrun talking to everybody, and they were like, well, I got a notification for AEW. And one other person, I got a notification only for NXT. I don't think anybody said they got the both one.
Yeah, I don't recall.
I mean, I'm sure plenty of people did.
Oh, well, maybe never. We'll never know.
Maybe not. We don't know.
Maybe you're the only one.
I could be. Maybe that's true. I don't know. Anyways.
But if all people did not get both of them, it's you. You don't need either of them.
I did it. I lived it.
Yeah, you don't
I don't
need
need
those,
the notification.
You don't need either of those notifications. It's weird.
Exactly.
I don't get it. YouTube's weird.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty weird. Let's see here. We have 2 new patrons over the last 24 hours. Brand X patron champion Sean McMahon.
Brand X.
And RTG. Thank you very much for your support. You can be a patron at patreon.com/Steve Larson. A ton of great bonus material. I really enjoyed yesterday's Overrun because we did literally a frame-by-frame analysis of the WWE 2K20 trailer that dropped. Lots of baseless speculation there.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. $5 on the Patreon gets you 5 bonus episodes every week.
You'd be remiss to say, though, that today is the award-winning Ask Stephen Larson.
Oh, that's right.
We're going to do that. We're going to do this, eat lunch, and then do that.
Yeah.
Maybe do some other stuff.
Yeah.
Probably go home for a bit.
Yeah.
And then come back here to do the Smackdown recap after Smackdown.
Correct. Yeah.
And then assuming there's more matches announced for Hell in a Cell, we'll shoot our predictions video for that, and I'll edit that tonight.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
We're looking at a pretty long work day, Steve.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. It's fun. I like it's wrestling. What are you going to do? Plus, we had, like, the rest of the week is actually fairly easy. Like, we get, like, Wednesdays. We don't really do anything.
Yeah, Wednesday's pretty light. After these next couple of weeks, Fridays could potentially be kind of lightish.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we got some other stuff in the pipeline.
Sure.
Coming back at you.
Surely.
In the coming weeks.
Yeah.
We got some new stuff coming in.
It'll all even out. It'll all even out. We got some fun stuff coming up.
It's whatever we were in the rhythm, and then WWE decided to put SmackDown on Friday nights. That messed things up. Get used to the schedule, establish a new rhythm. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's just it's weird. Well, it's a bummer for us because we got to do this, adjust our schedule, and then there's a pay-per-view on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which apparently only has 3 matches.
Yeah.
They didn't announce anything else.
Let's hope, maybe it'll only be 3 matches.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be like 20 minutes apiece.
Shortest pay-per-view in WWE history.
like a 36-minute pay-per-view. That'd be great.
Well, it's like 3 matches, and the other 2 hours is just stuff filler to build the crown jewel.
Yeah. I'm still riding off the high of my Twitch stream last night, man.
Oh, you did that?
MF Steve here on the Twitch. Y'all need to subscribe to my Slow Wolfpack YouTube channel because the games that I played last night are going there. The last game, right? It was a very close game. Down to the wire. Down by 2 with 0.7 seconds left. Out of the timeout. Got it to Nash. Tossed it up from 3. Went in. They had to review it. Slow Wolfpack wins the game.
Wow, how about that?
Oh,
that's exciting
stuff.
It
was thrilling. Y'all need to subscribe to my Twitch channel and the Slow Wolfpack channel. It's on my Twitter account.
Yeah.
I can get the URL for you right now. Let's see here. Where is it? Where's that URL? I have to write it all out. I have to spell it all out.
You didn't have
I don't have
the
custom
URL yet.
I don't have a custom URL yet.
Not yet.
So let's see. Here it is. It is youtube.com/channel.
Just put it in the description,
man.
Just put it in the description. It's in the description.
Capital C.
Put it in the description.
Capital
Put it in the description.
H.
No one wants to hear this.
There's
a
only
series
like 20
of
more letters.
None wants to hear that.
Okay, fair enough.
No one wants to hear
I'm at 617 subscribers, man. I need 1,000 to even begin to think about monetizing.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do, monetize.
Well, I thought you were interested in
monetizing.
Okay. Good stories
Money?
or something.
Money. Good stories. Anyways, thanks, Cody. Anyways, thanks, everybody. So, yeah, let's do this. Let's talk about...
Wow, Cody spamming that chat with your...
That's my man right there, Cody
Yep.
Miles, the man with a plan.
Yep.
He thinks he knows me. You know who I think I know?
On this day, you see clearly.
Yeah.
Slow Wolfpack getting to 1,000 subscribers, yeah.
Yeah. And also, Edge might be returning to in-ring action.
This is what...
if whispers in the shadows are to be believed.
Yes. That's what Dave Meltzer's talking about. He said this in the most recent newsletter, quote, another name from the past, Edge. You think you know me. He will be 46 at the end of the month. Man, he looks fantastic. Do you see those pictures he put up on Twitter? He is jacked.
Who, Edge?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Man, he is
Does
jacked.
he look great?
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
He is super jacked. Has also had his name in the news. Edge got a new deal by negotiating with both sides. Sound business acumen there.
Yeah.
And thus ended up with a significant WWE offer to stay. He did a spear recently. That was at SummerSlam in Toronto.
Yeah.
Cleared for that after years of not being cleared to do anything. While it's not confirmed that he will wrestle again, the idea of him wrestling again has definitely been talked about very privately, although we're not sure if he can get clearance. He had to retire.
Well, that's a picture of him from
old.
2000.
That's when he was king of the ring. Of course, he had, I believe, spinal stenosis, which is an narrowing of the spinal column. He had to retire after Mania 27 in 2011.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
My math is right. And apart from that spear, I don't think he's really done anything wrestling since retiring.
Right.
So I guess the fear was that he could really injure himself.
Yeah. It's bad.
Should he take just a bump wrong?
You're playing with paralysis at that point.
Yeah. Because he's telling the
good.
story how he was doing house shows with Batista, and he would take the Batista bomb and he'd lose sensation in at least one of his arms.
Yeah.
And that's how when he knew that something that was up. Again, that's from 2000.
Same picture. I didn't see it. I looked at his Instagram, look at his Twitter. I didn't see anything.
Okay.
But I take your word for it.
Maybe I dreamed of jacked Edge, and that was new body goals for Larson. How about that?
There you go. It's perfect. That's good.
But that'd be cool. Mm-hmm. Edge returning to do more neat things, or at least one more neat thing.
Look, man. As long as that dude as long as I'm not sitting there scared that he's going to get paralyzed, I'm all for it, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm all for it.
He did a lot of neat things.
Yeah,
he is the most decorated champion in WWE history.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. It's great. So yeah, that'd be cool. I just, we'll see. We'll see. These are like private rumblings, private conversations that Meltzer
privately
claims to be privy to.
Yes.
So
he did. Edge just
the Spirit
quit doing the Edge and Christian podcast.
Yeah, the Spirit SummerSlam was very interesting. Mm-hmm. That was kind of crazy because he did not expect to see that happen.
No,
man.
And it was in Toronto. It was his hometown. Makes sense to have him do it if he physically could.
Yeah.
But we didn't think he could even physically, or it was worth the risk to even physically do that.
Well, I mean,
given the nature of the injury. But then, like, Sheamus has been wrestling. I mean, I'm sure there's various levels of spinal stenosis, but that's what Sheamus has been dealing with.
My wife has like a slight case of spinal stenosis. Mm-hmm. She really needs to go see somebody about that. Mm-hmm. Keep on telling her that.
Yeah.
She's not doing any spears or anything. I don't know. Maybe she could. I don't know. She punches me a lot. She still knows how to throw a punch, a shoot punch.
Yeah.
But Edge, I didn't figure. Look, I mean, we always hear about wrestlers who are cleared to do this, cleared to do that. If you're like pregnant, you can't even be ringside during a match because who knows what could happen? Mm-hmm. Anything could happen. Mm-hmm. And you figure that Edge having to retire as suddenly as he did. It's not like he went on an extended goodbye tour or anything like that.
Nope.
It was pretty sudden and pretty shocking. And you'd figure, okay, that's it, done. You're not doing anything in the ring. And to come back, I mean, medicine and science are crazy these days, man.
Yep.
People aren't using odd solutions. They're using science and medicine, Larson. and just like with Daniel Bryan, we figured you can't mess with the brain. Evidently, the brain can be fine.
You just bathe it in oxygen. Apparently, it does wonders.
Yeah, exactly. And they're learning more about it, what it can and can't do. So maybe, I don't know, maybe spinal stenosis is the same way.
Here's what I kind of want to know about
Lawler
this.
died and came back to life on an episode of Raw.
It's true.
Medicine's crazy.
Edge apparently, according to Meltzer, was negotiating apparently with AEW Do you think it was for an in-ring role or something else? Because I could see him coming back to WWE having another match at Mania, whether this next year or the one following, whatever the case may be. Maybe. But I would be shocked if it was anything approaching even a Lesnar schedule.
Oh, yeah, that'd be shocking. That'd be totally shocking.
But I don't know. I don't know either.
With AEW, I suspect.
I guess AEW, pretty much everybody's working a Lesnar schedule. Wrestling once a week.
In AEW, I would suspect that if he called Vince and said, "Hey, AEW wants me for an on-screen role," and I'm getting some word from my medical people that there's the possibility that I might be able to return. What do you got?
Yeah.
Where's the Brinks truck? Because you don't want this face on AEW TV.
You don't want Edge doing neat things over in AEW.
No, you don't. And at that point, he was like, "Well, if the possibility is even exists that he could be showing up on TV, then no, we'll roll the. We have all this money sitting around from the Fox deal and the Saudis. Let's give him some of that money.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, if he's able to return, cool, even better return on our investment.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they're throwing money at anybody. We forgot to mention this during our AEW recap. There was that fella sitting front row with the bright green shirt that is always at the WWE shows. Kyle from NXT. He was at the AEW show. He wasn't front row. I didn't see him. I just saw his Twitter feed.
Wow.
Where he was at the AEW show.
Usually he's front and center at NXT.
Tell me that WWE wouldn't start paying the vampire and his mom.
And Kyle.
Yes! To stay at their shows. They're fixtures. Brock Lesnar guy is probably going to get a six-figure deal.
Maybe.
To Brock Lesnar guy there in the Raw audience.
Show up with that same shirt.
He's going to be at the red carpet tonight, probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
Could be. Hi, Brock Lesnar guy here.
It's Brock Lesnar guy.
Brock Lesnar guy, picture time. Okay. Over here, Brock Lesnar guy.
Do the Brock Lesnar thing.
Thanks, everybody.
That chair's going to collapse like
totally
Corbin's did.
It
man.
is. It is made from house cards at this point.
Anything associated with WWE, man, they're going to get money thrown at them.
Yep. Smart business move by Edge.
Karen says 5 or 6 of the NXT regulars were at AEW. I mean, nobody sees this seriously as, you're choosing sides. I wanted to go. On my bucket list is going to an NXT Full Sail show.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go to AEW because I want to see what they're doing. I love it all. I think it's all great.
Yeah.
It ain't picking sides, but WWE's going to see it that way.
I know.
They're going to see it that way for their business.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
Speaking of doing things for their business, even though they say they're hands off the decision, we got more news on CM Punk.
Yeah,
being on WWE Backstage, according to Fight Oracle on Twitter.
It's 2010 again, man.
Yep. It's going to happen. CM Punk is going to be one of the on-air personalities on WWE Backstage, where they'd say, quote, "I am told CM Punk to Fox Sports 1 as commentator on WWE is a done deal."
Nice.
At WWE Backstage. Adds in a subsequent tweet, quote, "And this would explain why AEW said they pulled out of the CM Punk sweepstakes, just saving face."
Yeah, didn't Nick Jackson say something like that ship has sailed or something?
Probably.
I thought I saw that as a headline on one of the places this morning.
Cody talked about, all that, saying how he I think Cody said that Punk made him look like dumbasses or something like that.
Yeah.
But then when explained that, no, it wasn't just strictly texting. There was
a coffee shop involved of some sort,
and they were trying to arrange further meetings or something. So
yeah, and then I read somewhere that Punk wanted a ton more money. Again, I don't know where that was from. So take that little bit with a total grain of salt.
Yeah, super grain of
salt. You never know who's doling out this info.
But anyways, this is a pretty huge get for Fox Sports 1 WWE.
Fox Sports. What's their Spanish language? Is Deportes?
Maybe
that probably sounds like sports. They tweeted this morning something about, the Smackdown premiere, and they said something like, who might show up? John Cena, CM Punk, Nikki Bella? I honestly think they were just throwing out names of former popular superstars. Maybe their social media team is a bit more lax with, proper protocol for posting stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe they're totally
CM Punk
spoiling.
was in LA this week.
Yeah.
He was on Kevin and Bean, man.
Maybe he's going to be there. That would be, that'd be crazy.
I mean, it's surprising enough that he would agree to do anything centering around WWE.
Right.
Much less show up on the blue carpet today prior to SmackDown.
All this. Oh, he's really
taking a picture with Triple H.
Right. Oh, he's really just working for Fox, not WWE. Come on, man. He's surrounded by the WWE logo everywhere.
It's splitting hairs, man.
It is.
Come
on. Tell me that if
your paycheck may not have World Wrestling Entertainment on there,
if
more or less working for WWE
knew that CM Punk was showing up and they didn't want him there, they put the kibosh on that in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
In a second. That dude's coming back to wrestle.
No, I still think that's a huge stretch because every indication has been he's not interested in it. Not to say people don't change their minds, but I still think it's a massive stretch.
Okay, here's the thing. People might change their minds, but this is wrestling. It's the world of illusion, man. They say one thing and mean another. Right hand, left hand, in coordination or not. I don't know.
But I saw Punk do that GTS at that indie show when he had the mask on. He's got no business being in the ring anytime soon.
GTS was never that good.
It looked much better in the past than it did at that.
And that gave him a little boost of adrenaline right there, just like last night when Steve Nash hit that 3.
That's what he said to me was on Collider or whatever it was.
Yep.
It's like he doesn't miss wrestling, but he said, I kind of miss the performance aspect, going out there in front of a crowd and telling a story and getting the adrenaline rush from that. Yeah, I think that's something as a performer, if you are, if you enjoy performing, that feeling you probably never lose.
We have a pizza bet over that, right?
Yeah.
What if he... What's wrong with that? That's a good bet.
No, I didn't make it sound like...
Because everybody wins, and that's a Dusty Finish bet right there.
Wait, I actually get some of the pizza too?
Oh, you should just what? You should be like the Nemo bet. You watch me eat pizza.
Yeah, exactly. I shouldn't get to enjoy any of that pizza unless I get a pizza of my own.
Yeah,
which maybe I'll do
live on camera. Do I have to eat like the whole pizza live on camera?
Yeah, this is our college days all over again. You get a Red Baron pizza.
Oh, that's cheapo.
Family
crap.
size.
No man,
that's in terms of my deal.
Got to plunk down for a Mountain Mike small. I'd say if I'm gonna eat the whole thing, it's got to be. It's still like 2,000
medium or get
calories.
the hell out.
Medium. Medium's really not that big.
8 slices? Is that what a medium is?
Probably.
You can handle 8 slices. Come on.
And then keep on filming when I start purging it.
Yeah. I know.
Anyways, Larson. Before we talk ratings, man, because we're about to talk about the ratings war.
Yeah.
Let's get a word from the sponsor of the winner of the ratings war in today's show, All Elite Wrestling. The revolution continues Wednesday on TNT with All Elite Wrestling. That's right there, a sponsor of Going In Raw, man.
Yeah, man. As we saw this past week, is wrestling made for wrestling fans by the wrestlers themselves. AEW action flies higher, hits harder, and with their all-inclusive roster of superstars, they're breaking all boundaries.
And this upcoming Wednesday, the first round of the AEW Tag Team Tournament kicks off with the Young Bucks taking on Private Party live from Boston. We're going to be covering AEW every week here on Going In Raw. Our first episode went up yesterday, and we hope all the friendos out there will join us in experiencing this revolution in professional wrestling. All Elite Wrestling Dynamite Wednesdays at 8/7 Central on TNT.
All right, let's get right into this ratings stuff.
Heck yeah, man.
It's
fortuitous that they won the ratings war week 1 because we're sponsored by them today.
Perfect segue.
If we were sponsored and they lost, we'd probably still just say they won. Not a credible journalistic outfit. We are.
So let's get into this. We touched on some of this at some point yesterday when the numbers started coming in. I don't remember if we were live or not. Anyways, according to the Wrap, the winner, round 1, Wednesday night, is AEW, and they did seemingly do it in dominant fashion. AEW scored an average of 1.4 million viewers on the live airing Wednesday night, taking the number 2 spot on cable, on all of cable, only behind the Major League Baseball wildcard game, which as an Oakland A's fan, it was incredibly disappointing, but kind of par for the course for the A's.
This is funny. Joe Horace says, how about the winner of the Punk bet eats a pizza of their choice? Loser has to eat cold Little Caesars.
Ooh. NXT came in at 10th for the night, averaging 891,000 viewers. According to Showbuzz Daily, AEW absolutely destroyed NXT amongst the 18 to 49 demo, drawing a .68 rating compared to NXT's .32, more than doubled it. WWE must have had an idea they were going to come out on the losing end of things because they issued a statement Thursday morning which read, quote, "Congratulations to AEW on a successful premiere. The real winners of last night's head-to-head telecast of NXT on USA Network and AEW and TNT are the fans who can expect Wednesday nights to be a competitive and wild ride as this is a marathon, not a one-night sprint.
Heck yeah,
that's
man.
something they never would have done 20 years ago. I think that's awesome.
Let me tell you something.
And they're 100% right. We all win because we're getting exciting wrestling Wednesday night, something to look forward to, something to be really excited about.
We only sponsor. We only accept sponsorships from winners on this show, Larson. Come on, it's funny. It's a joke. It's a joke. Everybody, relax. I loved everything about Wednesday. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it is great for the fans. It gives people a choice, what to watch, what to be excited about first. And both shows were great.
The thing that I like about both shows is that they were both very different from each other. They both brought so much excitement, enthusiasm in their own distinct ways. And yeah, I mean,
and we all win.
You can parse these numbers here. And we're about to do that a bit more.
Yeah, because some of this stuff is interesting, and while we don't have the full picture based on the +3, which we'll get to later, Meltzer adds some details that, assuming it's true, actually really improves the case for AEW. This is what he had to say in the newsletter. Quote, another factor is that you add the replay number, which we don't have officially at this point, but was around 650,000.
That's crazy.
So you're talking 2 million people watch AEW for the premiere.
Yeah.
That's like Smackdown numbers pretty much. The total AEW viewers were not too far behind the typical Raw and pretty much identical to what SmackDown had been doing on Tuesdays on USA. The key point...
Okay, well, hold on.
What?
My question about that is, and I don't know if you know this or not, so he's talking about the replay number for AEW.
Yeah.
Does the Raw and SmackDown rating that we get week to week include replay viewers as well? I mean, are there replay viewers? Or there is no replay. He's talking about the AEW...
They replayed it right afterwards.
They replay it right after.
Right afterwards.
Gee whiz, wow.
Let me see if there's anything on here.
Because, I thought he was talking about the +3. He talks about the +3 later, huh?
No, he doesn't talk about the +3 at all. My mention of the +3 is my mention of the +3.
Oh, okay. Oh, you have it right there. Okay.
Anyways, we continue. I'll see if there's anything on here on Showbuzz Daily about the overrun. Or, sorry, the replay. I don't think there is, though.
So he says, the key point is that AEW beat both Raw and SmackDown significantly in viewers under 34, and the only edge is AEW died over 50. The latter thing would indicate less of lapsed fans of Nitro nostalgia and more of a new audience. The ultimate story here is that unless AEW drops significantly under 35 next week, and this isn't a flash in the pan, WWE is already behind with fans in that age group. If that is the case, it completely exposes WWE, as it's not the change in television viewership that has changed their demos, nor run off older fans, but that they have lost touch with the younger audience. That's kind of been, I mean, you can anecdotally say that. That's just been kind of...
I wonder if the primary way that fans 18 to 49 ingest the product is not watching the broadcast. I mean, that seems evident because the numbers aren't great. It's through YouTube.
Yeah, that could be.
Whereas this
AEW
sprung from a YouTube show, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So a lot of people, I'm guessing, who watched Being the Elite are now AEW fans.
Yeah.
And it's a quick transition, I would believe, from like, oh, I like these. Whether they were wrestling fans before or not, they just started watching the show maybe. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, these guys are funny.
Yeah.
Oh, they wrestle too? Okay, I'll watch their wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I don't know how you scientifically get like a decent poll on this. I'm sure there are ways, but it's probably too cost prohibitive to do it. But to find
definitely
out,
for us, yes.
Yeah, I know. But like in terms of the demographics, are these fans that got tired of WWE within the past 5 years and see this as like a breath of fresh air? It's like, hey, I like wrestling, but man, WWE is just not doing it for me. And they see All Elite Wrestling, and they it's the grassroots thing, and they are like very entertaining on their YouTube show. And then, oh wow, they're doing this,
and they're really into engagement with their fan base.
I mean, I honestly believe that that's probably a lot of it. I mean, just listening to people that on Twitter. I mean, honestly, how many of the every week we've got don't plan to watch at like 10%.
And that's down from what it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like people they'll watch this show to get what's happening in wrestling, and they won't watch the WWE product. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are some people out there doing that. So,
did you see that the bit? I think Russell Talk had the story about the Hogan Flair segment on Raw.
Yeah, what is it?
Brought 500,000 more viewers, and they instantly left when that segment ended.
Golly.
And apparently, the expectation is for the Rock segment tonight on SmackDown to get like 4 million viewers.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
That is crazy.
But I guess the issue is like, yeah, they can have WWE has these segments which can draw numbers, but as soon as those segments are over, people leave.
Well, yeah, man, because they haven't built new stars. That's the bottom line. They haven't built new, like, sustainable stars that are household names. You know. But anyways, Chris Jericho spoke to Complex and noted that since WWE issued a statement congratulating AEW, the company was likely embarrassed and added, quote, "They started this. Everything that they've done has been reactionary to us. We're not in a war with anybody besides ourselves. All that matters is our show." He also said they kind of started this war, and the very first night they got destroyed. Big deal. It's our first debut, but they have to come back and say it's a marathon and not a one-night sprint. Whoever said it's a one-night sprint? It's not a war for us. Now we're placed in one, and we're going to kick ass.
Jericho's very confident.
I applaud your confidence, young man.
Way to believe in your product, Jericho, as you should.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you're WWE, you can't do anything but just, STF up.
Guess so. We still, we'll talk about this real briefly. We still don't have the +3 numbers for either show. I probably won't come out till Monday, I would guess, since the 3 days after. I assume the +3 means 3 days after.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So people to account for DVRs and stuff, DVR views. So maybe Monday we'll revisit this. And we don't know, and we probably won't ever know, the exact count of what NXT's VOD airing on the network got maybe 24 hours after it went up on Thursday.
Well, it'll be telling if it syncs. So, like, we don't have the numbers on it, but every week usually in the newsletter he'll give us what the the top 10 or top 7 watch shows. If NXT remains in the top 5, you would think that the VOD would still do pretty spectacularly.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, right now, is the VOD still the only way that internationally people can watch it? Like Canada, let's say Canada and the UK?
Maybe.
I don't know if is there a UK deal for NXT Live? I don't think there is. I think they just have to watch the next day.
Yeah, I think so.
I
think so. But anyways, with all these various numbers still come in, it's possible the gap could close somewhat. $2 million viewers is a pretty huge number for All Elite between the two broadcasts.
That's awesome.
That's pretty huge.
That's great. Yeah.
So I don't know how you can say this isn't anything but a really positive sign for AEW.
And here's the thing,
especially given the demos they attracted.
The thing is, here's the thing. That's what we want. We want it because AEW is the company that they've got all the risk. WWE's fine. They're going to be around forever. AEW, if they landed a turd, if they did 400,000 or 500,000 and landed a turd, then they'd be sweating. They're like, man, is this business sustainable? They've said in the past they need TV to work, and they need good TV to work.
Yeah.
They can't do this on the Pursuit channel.
No.
Or with a Twitch deal.
No.
And so if this was a bad situation and it got worse week to week, I mean, look, I don't know if they're going to do 2 million every single week, but it wouldn't surprise me if they had some decent legs. What was that look you just had?
Jonathan says Sportsnet has NXT Canada, so maybe there is.
Okay.
I don't know if it's live, though.
Alex C says no NXT deal in the UK. Sky and BT both said they don't want it.
That's interesting. So you got to wait till Thursday to watch it.
Yeah.
Interesting. But, it is true. This is a marathon, not a sprint, so these numbers are going to even out.
Yeah.
You
would think regardless, AEW is going to do, like, when everything settles down, as long as they keep relevant, like, creatively, as long as they keep bringing the good creative, they're going to do well past 1 million week to week. I mean, I don't know if it's going to fall all the way down to, when all is said and done, to just 1 million.
Yeah.
Like losing 50% of that. I guess it's possible. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a lot of enthusiasm behind the product, though. Yeah. And if they can maintain that.
They have the show in Champaign, Illinois goes on sale today. I think it maybe went on sale already. Be interested to see what ticket sales are like now after TV is debuted. Will ticket sales pick up on new shows and shows that aren't sold out yet that have been announced and with tickets available? I think that'd probably be an interesting measure of enthusiasm.
Yeah,
short term. I mean, if they can still more or less fill 5,000 to 6,000 seat buildings and on occasion put on a show, not pay-per-view, in a larger venue and sell tickets, that's a great sign.
Somebody made a point here in chat, and I wanted to bring this up because I know we're going to get in the comments for talking about Jericho and what he said. about, Jericho has confidence in his company and it's good, and Seth talks about his company.
I never had a problem with Seth saying he thought his company was the best.
Brigadoon here in chat has a perfect. He says criticism of Seth had nothing to do with him defending WWE and everything. I think we even said good for him.
Yeah,
defend your stuff. But then when you go on Twitter and act like a fool, big-timing Osprey about how big your bank account is.
And then you go and you talk trash to people who are interested in the process of how the product is put out there.
I mean, resentment towards fans over wanting them to know more information is a bad look.
That's why people like AEW, because they're open.
Yeah.
They're open to process. They're open to engaging with their fans.
Yeah.
That's why people like it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't feel like there's a barrier between performer and viewer in AEW, at least not to the same extent there is in WWE. WWE still seems like they have this idea that there needs to be this curtain that needs to protect part of the business. I don't feel like AEW exists in that same sphere.
Yeah, I know.
They're more open about things. This is professional wrestling. We all know what it is now. No one's under any illusion that this is real fighting.
It's the way of the future.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's when Seth goes on Twitter and starts talking down to fans. It's unnecessary. Talking down to cage side seats. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, it is. I know.
It's completely unnecessary.
Yep. I agree. Talk about unnecessary. We gotta talk about this Randy Orton business.
Oh dear.
This is gonna be fun.
So
let me just preface this by if you're in chat right now, if you're gonna post in the YouTube comments, really think about what you're gonna write.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be banned from the channel from posting comments again, okay?
So apparently when Randy Orton isn't tipsy on Twitch, we'll get to that more later. He's on Twitter challenging The Rock to a match at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
He posted this. I don't know if it's before or after his Twitch stream. He says, at The Rock, I see you'll be at Smackdown on Fox this Friday. How about you and I have a discussion about who's the greatest third generation of all time? If we answer that question April 5th in Tampa at WrestleMania 36. A Viper sense the smell is unmatched. I smell what you're cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, that could be a huge money match. But back to this question.
Yeah.
So apparently,
great setup right there. That could have been fun, especially his interaction there on Raw when he told Seth to crawl out of Hogan's ass. That was all good stuff.
So apparently, I think it was last night, on Twitch, Viper seemingly had a couple drinks, streamed some Call of Duty, and when he wasn't putting over AEW and Sammy Guevara and imitating AJ Styles.
Yeah, that was cool. Like that was the first clip that I saw where he was like, "Man, did you see that AEW?"
It had a huge fight feel, and Sammy Guevara, I want to work with that guy someday.
Right.
And then his AJ impersonation was pretty funny.
I didn't hear that, but that's great.
He was having what some people have described as a heated gaming moment, even though this particular moment was not heated in the least, and saying words that he had absolutely no business uttering any way.
The term heated gaming moment is like, big, giant, sarcastic quotation marks. People can attest to this, man. Last night on my Twitch stream at MF Steve here, I had plenty of heated gaming moments where Kevin McHale was balling me up, and I called him slow, and I called him ugly. At no point whatsoever did I ever use any racial slurs. At no point did I do that. And I was quite heated. Darn it. And I stand by every word I said about Kevin McHale. Boy, he was balling me up. It was
He's a legend, man.
Making me mad.
Legend.
So ugly.
Do you think he deserves a spot in the all 80s team? Or should have been Charles Barkley?
Oh, yeah, no, that should have been Barkley. That should have been Barkley for sure. No, he doesn't know. I like McHale's great. He's a legend. But
Hall of Famer, man.
No, but
occasionally successful executive as well.
But here's the thing, man. If I don't care if it's in jest, if it's in the heat of the moment, if you're white, you can't say certain things, man. You just can't. You just don't do it. Just in public, private, wherever. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any. No. Stop it. Just don't.
Yeah.
Do you think Randy's going to get punished for this?
I don't know.
Me neither.
I don't know.
Me neither.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming we're going to get an apology.
I would hope so.
The funny thing is, if you listen to it, it's not even a heated moment.
No, not at all.
It just sounds very casual. It sounds very casual. It really does. And it wouldn't surprise me if this was the kind of thing he muttered at other times. But there's no evidence of that, so I'm not going to say that's the truth.
Yeah.
So, anyways, there it is. Oh, boy. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, he should definitely issue some sort of apology. Let's see if he does, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, we want to talk about SmackDown. We got exciting stuff to talk about, Steve.
Yes.
Let's talk about SmackDown. This is first episode on Fox.
Yep.
Let's get into it. SmackDown Preview. First entry, Kofi Kingston accepts Brock Lesnar's challenge for Friday Night SmackDown debut on Fox. Friday Night SmackDown on Fox is set to debut in a big way. Kofi Kingston is adamant on being a fighting champion, but Brock Lesnar is determined to make the WWE champion regret that mindset after the New Day secured a six-man tag team match victory over Randy Orton in the Revival. The Beast Incarnate returned to deliver Kingston a challenge and then a brutal F5. The WWE Championship will be on the line when Friday Night SmackDown heads to Fox as an all-new rivalry emerges. Can Kingston slay the Beast and retain his title, or will Lesnar usher in a whole new era of Friday Night SmackDown? Tune in October 4th for the epic Friday Night SmackDown premiere on Fox 8/7 Central.
Next, The Rock returns for Fox premiere Friday Night SmackDown. Finally, The Rock has come back. I sound like Laurinaitis there. Finally, The Rock has come back to lay the SmackDown on the highly anticipated Fox premiere. The star-studded premiere adds even more Hollywood style as the Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw headliner announced on Twitter that he'd be returning for Friday Night SmackDown in Los Angeles this Friday. The most electrifying man in all of entertainment has provided countless SmackDown memories and looks to add another chapter in the Blue Brand's Fox debut. Tune in to catch the People's Champion and a host of other WWE Hall of Famers, starting with Fox's Blue Carpet Special at 7:30 p.m. Eastern and Pacific this Friday, October 4th.
It's pretty interesting how they just kind of destroyed time zone in one sentence there.
Right.
Eastern Pacific are the same now?
Oh, man.
Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon to put careers on the line in ladder match. I like how they say it like we do. Not a ladder match. In ladder match.
Look, Michael, ladder match.
Kevin Owens hasn't been able to escape the ire of Shane McMahon during his SmackDown tenure and has continuously put his WWE career in jeopardy. As a last resort, Owens threatened Shane O'Mac with a massive lawsuit and set out to hit him where it hurts most, the wallet. Presented with the possibility of an ongoing court battle, KO offered McMahon an alternative settlement for their dispute. The rivals agreed to put their careers on the line in a ladder match on the Fox Friday Night SmackDown premiere with the loser fired from WWE. Signed documents from both competitors agreeing to the stipulations will be placed in a briefcase hanging above the ring. The first to climb the ladder and retrieve the briefcase will win the right to terminate the other's WWE employment. Will Owens get the chance to hand the best in the world his walking papers, or will McMahon get rid of his most insubordinate employee once and for all? Tune in Friday Night SmackDown premiere. We already went over that. There's two more things to talk about. I don't know why they continually... Every entry has Fox.
Because they want to make sure that you're doing the thing, man. They want to make sure of it all. All right, here we go. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair to battle Sasha Banks and Bayley on Fox premiere. The four horsewomen have transformed the WWE's women's division and now are determined to define it for a generation. On the historic Fox premiere of Friday Night SmackDown, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair will team up in an attempt to end the ongoing attacks from Sasha Banks and Bayley. The showdown will be a rematch of last month's match that saw the Queen. It'll be air match. A rematch of last month's match that saw the Queen.
It'll be our match.
It'll be an R match. Oh my God, the dreaded R match. That saw the Queen land a natural selection on the SmackDown Women's Champion to claim the victory just prior to WWE Clash of Champions. Women's Division Supremacy will be on the line October 4th when Friday Night SmackDown debuts on Fox 8/7 Central.
Roman Reigns faces Eric Rowan when SmackDown premieres on Fox. In the wake of the...
I have like track marks on my arm.
What the hell?
I think like a spider bit
me here. Did you get bit by a snake?
Bit me here, and then bit me here.
Wow, man.
Like a two-headed snake. There's like 4 bites.
Or it sunk into you twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be 2 different snakes because of fang marks. Yeah, what the heck happened there?
I don't know. It's weird, right?
It is weird. You know, some sort of pox, do you? You've been sick lately. I don't know
now
what's
we
going
both
on with
do,
you.
man. Now we both
I guess
do.
so. Roman Reigns faces Eric Rowan when SmackDown premieres on Fox. In the wake of the announcement that Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns will battle Eric Rowan and Luke Harper at Hell in a Cell, Sports Illustrated reported via Twitter that the Big Dog will go one-on-one with Rowan when Friday Night SmackDown debuts on Fox. Why did they say next Friday? It's tomorrow. It's today. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper have caused mass destruction on the Blue brand since reuniting, but who will prevail when Reigns once again squares off against the superstar responsible for his backstage attack 2 months ago?
2 months ago.
2 months ago.
How many months?
Toe. And what role will Harper and Bryan ultimately play in the mix? Don't miss the premiere of Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. What did they say next Friday? 8/7 Central. It's this Friday.
It's this Friday. Oh, yeah. So anyways.
I don't think that went across an editor's desk.
No, which is weird. Let's see here. Alex Ramirez said, Christian to AEW confirmed. Well, he's doing that podcast. I'm assuming he's still doing his podcast.
He had his own injury issues. He had to retire because concussions.
But W.S. Fletcher here,
I was just about to get to that.
who is a brain teacher, and he's a neurology teacher, I think.
Yes. The brain, like many other organs, with the appropriate amount of time, can heal medically speaking. It's a case-by-case basis. Totally.
Yeah, man.
DJ Saint says Rumble winning odds for NXT. Someone from NXT can win the Rumble? Oh, that's pretty small. That's 2% pots area.
Rumble winning odds? I don't understand the question. Rumble winning odds for NXT.
Ooh, we got an inside source potentially. Adrian C. says, my source at Staples confirms no fist for the new set. Steve's disappointed. Nick C. Steve, are you going to do a Joker review? Are you going to love that Joker?
I don't know. I've sort of my original take on the Joker when I first heard they were doing that movie, and then I saw the trailers and everything, was the same thing that Dave Schilling tweeted out about it. He said, my feelings on the Joker are my feelings about every movie I watch. I was just waiting for Batman to show up. Dave Schilling's great, by the way.
He is great.
And that's my short take on it. I'm sure it's a really cool movie, but it's like one of those CW shows where, I don't care about the Joker if I don't get Batman.
Yeah.
Now, if this led to like that Joker being integrated into the Matt Reeves Batman stuff that's coming up, cool. That's good. But as far as I know, there's no plan for that.
This is just like a one-off deal.
And I'm not sure Joaquin Phoenix, that dude is Oscar level. I'm not sure he's going to want to get involved in the DC universe. That sounds like a nightmare to a guy like him.
I know. Mr. Ollie B, have you seen the Golden One Center interview with Bray? This is creepy. We saw him do the weather report. We saw him give a shout-out to Deuce and Fresh.
Yeah, he was on Good Day this morning, too.
Oh, yeah?
He was kind of in Firefly character.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think he did it. He did an interview. I think he might have done it with Mo.
Yeah, I think he did.
I've yet to watch that. I need to watch that, though.
I
know. Colton Meehan. Hey, guys. TSN has AEW. Deal came in Tuesday and watched it live. NXT has no live Canadian showing at all. The TSN showing did just over 100,000, which is pretty good considering it happened the day before. Mm-hmm. So, VFL, AFL, Football Australian rules. AEW should always win the ratings.
Interesting.
Brandon Ultreris going to SmackDown tonight, sitting by the entrance ramp. Wish I had some Going in Raw merch now. Lol. See you, other friendos there.
Yeah, Sergio C mentioned he's going to be there too. He said, what did he say? Now, if only Steve shipped out the 5-year anniversary shirt in time for me to wear it. I know. Apologies for that. Being sick took me out of the game. The first big batch of orders are done. I literally am going to drop them off at the post office today. And then this weekend, I'm going to get the rest of them done. Or early next week anyways. Yeah. This weekend's kind of packed.
Rich Hardesty, for what it's worth, Ollie and Luke really put over the Joker movie.
That's cool. Everybody is.
Joker.
Everybody's loving that Joker. I get it. It's probably a really cool movie.
Apparently it's not Brand X.
But... dude, I want Batman and a freaking Joker. I want Batman. You can't have one without the other, man. I don't want a jelly sandwich. You know what I mean?
You need that nut butter on there, huh?
I need that peanut butter, baby. That's what I need. Like everything else is in it. Like Gotham's in it. Bruce Wayne's dad is in it.
What's his dad's name?
Thomas.
Tom Wayne.
You know, like this. I'm not a fan of origin stories in the first place.
Yeah.
I've seen them all, and this is probably gonna be a good movie. Although, Todd Phillips seems like he's a bit of a jerk also.
Yeah, with his quote about why he stopped doing comedies was off base.
Can't be funny these days. There's plenty of people who are funny, man.
Yes, very funny.
God, all these little sensitive babies out there. Can't be funny. I can't say what I want to say. Yeah. So, yeah.
Find other ways to be funny.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways to be funny.
Tons of ways to be funny. Let's take some questions. First, Mr. Triplemania. Unlikely to happen since they are partners. However, hypothetically, if AEW pay-per-views ever goes up against one of AAA's major events, which do you choose? I mean, it's got to be AEW. I mean, we kind of saw that when AAA went up against what pay-per-view was it? SummerSlam. It was TakeOver, I think. They had their Madison Square Garden show. I think it was up against TakeOver. Is that what it was? No, it was something else.
What were you talking about now?
Well, Mr. Triplemania wants to know if AEW pay-per-view ever goes head-to-head with one of AAA's major events. Which one are we watching? It's AEW. From a business perspective, it makes a lot more sense.
So, but the only exception there is
Triplemania.
Triplemania.
But AEW is a partnership with AAA. Therefore, we will get AEW talents at Triplemania.
Yeah, totally.
Lord Ziffer, with only 3 matches announced for Hell in a Cell, book 5 more matches for the card that could actually happen. All right, we might have to do this for our predictions. Is guess which matches?
I know, right? Okay, the tag titles, Revival
versus New Day, I guess.
Yeah, they've literally done nothing with that. Okay, so that can't even be one of them.
War Raiders versus Rudolph.
Okay, that's a possibility for sure. Rusev versus Bob Lashley. That's super early for that to happen.
It is.
But I guess it's possible.
You could find a way to do Cedric versus AJ again.
Yeah.
Nakamura versus
Ali
Miz.
again? Miz, did they have a thing?
I thought so.
Didn't they already have their match?
Oh, they did already have a match. So I guess Ali. Yeah.
Ali?
Yeah. There's 4. I feel like there's got to be something else that's obvious and I'm not thinking of. Edge versus somebody. Why not? Bailey versus Carmella.
Edge. There you go. Edge versus somebody. That's good. Oh, man.
All right, next.
Oh, dude, this is exactly right. Dominus says, what are the odds that Mansoor finds his way up to Team Hogan? That's totally happening. That is totally happening. And then he's going to we have one last guy, one mystery guy who's going to show up at Crown Jewel, and it's Mansoor. And he said, and it's Mansoor. He doesn't know who that dude is. That guy is the king of the Saudi Arabian WWE scene, man.
Greg Morris, would it be out of the realm of possibility for the Fiend to confront The Rock only for Seth to make the save? I guess it's not outside the realm of possibility, no.
They never bring that dude out. Like every once in a while in NXT 11 match.
I know.
They never bring him out otherwise.
I know.
He has these amazing Saudi Arabia moments and then put him back in his room.
The Rob Observer, when is Interdimension Tension 2 happening? We got to talk about that.
Okay, yeah, we got to talk about it. Not on air.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Sometime probably within the next 2 weeks.
You don't want to do it for the charity stream? Or you think it's too big of a deal for that?
I kind of want to do the charity stream with the new game.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I'm down with that.
Andy Godwin is WWE overdoing it with Bray and the Funhouse and the Fiend? It should feel more special than it does. I don't know if they're overdoing it.
I think it's fine. I think
it still feels a little rushed, but I feel like this feud should have taken more than 3 weeks to play out.
You know what? Maybe they should have done. I agree with you. It is rushed. They should have had the Fiend first go after really vulnerable superstars, like guys with bad records, like Kurt Hawkins, who has no chance. And it's like a horror. The first scene of a horror movie is like Freddy Krueger, for example.
You don't take out the main character immediately.
Exactly. He goes after the lumps who can't defend themselves, who do not have the dream powers, right? And then in the third act, he gets beat by the people with the dream powers.
Yeah.
But then he always shows up in the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
So that should be the Fiend. He should go after, the low-hanging fruit first. The easy pickings.
Mark Whalen, is it unrealistic to expect AEW to have around 1.2 million viewers every week once the newness factor wears off?
No, because they had two. Like if you add the replay, no, I think it's likely that in the end they're probably going to get like, I don't know, 1.5, 1 to 1.4 to 1.7.
Alex Rodriguez, does the wrestling media have an agenda to push, making people think AEW is destroying NXT WWE? No, I don't think so. Not that I can.
Wait, does who have an agenda?
The quote-unquote wrestling media have an agenda to push, making people think AEW is destroying NXT WWE.
I mean, we're part of the wrestling media.
Yes.
Kind of. I mean, I know we've been sponsored by AEW.
Well, we don't have an agenda to push anything. We just want good wrestling.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, we know people in the wrestling media. I mean,
I can only speak for ourselves. And when we first got those first rounds of numbers, the first thing I said is, well, let's get the +3s. Because I'm guessing that the first thing that the ratings showed me is that people were more curious about what AEW is going to be than checking out what they knew with NXT. There was this curiosity factor with AEW. I think we were like, oh, okay, this is new. This has got buzz behind it. TNT's been promoting the hell out of it. I want to check it out and see what it's all about.
Uh-huh.
But really, and then I'm guessing a lot of the people who watch NXT first watch the replay of AEW.
Yeah.
Watch Dynamite. So I'm interested to see what the +3 numbers are. I don't think we'll ever know what the network numbers are going to be for like the first 24 or 48 hours of NXT on the network. But I would be shocked if there was a massive gap between the total number of viewers for either show.
Yeah, I know.
To the extent that it is now with like if you add the 600,000, that's like 1.2 million difference. That would probably be cut down substantially.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's much of an agenda of anything. I just think it's, the numbers are out, and yes, you can quibble over what adjective to use in terms of how much better they did. Did they get destroyed? Did they do, they obviously did better. So I don't know.
Dustin Francis, really off topic, but am I the only one who's really annoyed with all the WWE championships now using Velcro? It makes the titles look like toys. Maybe that's what they are going for to sell to kids.
I'm not a fan of the Velcro, so I agree with that. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't think it makes it look like toys necessarily, but it doesn't look good.
Stuart Lee says, I've been waiting for Larson's long-form video essay lecture about Hogan having been a heel the whole time. With the onslaught of wrestling shows and coverage, I fear it may never happen. It's always intrigued me and hope to see it one day. It's going to take a massive amount of time for me to go back and revisit a lot of his first run of WWE.
You got to hop on it, man.
I know.
I'm looking forward to it, too. I think it's something you should sort of chip away at a little bit.
Yeah, no, I got to start watching stuff piece by piece here and there.
Jimmy Thomas says, how much do they pay Wale to be at NXT instead of AEW in his hometown? AEW apparently is his hometown. I don't know. Wale seems like he's a friend of WWE. I'm sure he's probably open to AEW as well. I'm not sure. We have not received confirmation that Wale was offered anything by AEW. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know.
Let's see here. Wong asks, which show, AEW or NXT, do you think will be the first to pull a desperation move, like spoiling a championship win for the other show or a finger poke of doom? Wong, I don't see it happening ever. I do not see it happening ever.
Times are different now.
Times are different. I think that they understand that will totally backfire.
Yowie Wowie, what happens to Kofi if he loses to Brock tonight? Hopefully he gets a rematch. Hopefully he wins said rematch.
Henry, very horny boy, says, Steve, your name calling of Mikhail, very disrespectful. Oh, he was pissing me off last night, man.
Wow.
Looks like a janitor.
Didn't play like
no
one,
disrespect.
Though.
Sorry, that's disrespectful to janitors.
It is. Come on now.
Probably some very handsome janitors out there.
Yeah.
He's just low trash.
Hall of Famer, though, man.
That's disrespectful to low trash.
He was wrecking you.
He was wrecking me. Wrecking me, dude. 13 minutes, like 18 points.
Who was guarding him?
Trash. Probably Rodman. I know! Rodman's AI is garbage.
I thought it was just he couldn't hit a shot. Like, point blank, he couldn't hit a shot. Like, he was good on boards.
Dude, it's terrible. Like, he was literally...
I feel like that's human error.
It was one of those, like, last night, he went for, like, a shot under there. It just, like, went back on his head.
I feel like it was mostly you were doing
Yeah, I think I was guarding, because I always switch
McHale
off.
was wrecking you.
I always switch off.
Now, when I play basketball games, I'm out in the perimeter. I'm not involved in interior defense because it's going to end up in a bucket or a foul.
I gotta show you that Nash shot, man. It's amazing. Again, twitch.tv/MFSteve here.
Taylor Sexton, is Cody the ultimate tweener since he comes out of neither the face nor heel entrance?
He's doing. I think some of the most low key, interesting character work that plays with heels and faces that I've ever seen in wrestling. I think it's fantastic.
John, what chances do you give Randy Orton leaving WWE after his contract ends in 2020?
Whose?
Randall.
I mean, talk about the Brinks truck.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna. It's literally gonna be for the highest bidder, and they're gonna be paying a lot.
Russell Dude, where does Lava Finn Balor from the 2K20 trailer rank on the scale of Balors?
So is that confirmed Balor?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say low because we don't know what his record is.
Don't know what
we don't know how dominant Lava Balor is.
Yeah. Austin 6D Scrabble Champ. It's a movie called Joker. You're getting the Joker. That's fine. If you enjoy, Tim Spurlock earlier said you don't need the Batman in it. I personally disagree. It's the Joker, and you get Batman. I wonder if Axis Chemicals is in it. Anonymous tip. Napier's cleaning out Axis Chemicals. Oh, dear. Come on, let's go. Jack.
Rando.
You are my number one guy.
Should NXT take the TV product on the road? I would love to go to a TV broadcast, but I don't live in Orlando. I've been to a live event. That was really fun.
Should they?
No.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what their goals are. It depends on what they want. Triple H seems to really like Full Sail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe test it out and say, hey, we're going to go on the road this special time of the year. I don't know when.
NXT Summer Vacation.
Right. Something like that. NXT Spring Break.
Going down to Panama City.
Yes.
Have Adam Cole go to old stomping grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let's see here. Jimmy Thomas, with Crown Jewel being on a Thursday, should the episode of SmackDown the next day be an Evolution special?
I think that'd be outstanding.
There's been talk, apparently, of an Evolution 2. So, yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that'd be awesome.
That'd be good.
Absolutely awesome.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, I think that's it for the show. Later on, bonus episode of Ask Stephen Larson. It might go up tomorrow, or maybe I'll forget and put it up Monday. I don't know. But in any event, you'll definitely get one.
Well, at least we'll definitely shoot it.
Yeah, we'll definitely shoot it. That's for sure. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Check us out on the Patreon at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. Hope you guys join us on Sunday for our live reactions to all 3 matches of Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, it could be a short show.
Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.